Hello again. It should lock. I don't know why it's doing that. Give me a second. I think I might have fixed it. Whoa, is that stable or what? What up, Edward? Oh snap, I just discovered something. Look at that stabilization. You know what I'm saying? Looks good, right? Sick. Made it better by accident. Like, yeah. Sweet. We just upgraded by accident. This wouldn't happen if I would have streamed tonight. Let's get it, guys. Yeah. You know, I just be learning stuff by mistake. Ain't that good. And the quality looks very, very good. Yeah, but it's like HD quality too, huh? Wow. Now we can make our live streams into videos for real now. I like that. What's up, baby? Hey. Good. I saw your text, but I was live streaming. I'm I'm still live streaming. Sorry. All right, love you. I'll call you when I get off. Bye, baby. Just cut the hot dogs in half. Hot dog burgers. Boom. You reinvented the hot dog wheel. Yeah, you can make a chili dog. Chili burger. I'll be right back. Take it. Chicken. You're one of us, man. I do that all the time. I didn't even know they made hot dog buns. Imagine. Hot dog? I say it all weird. Hot dog buns? What's that? Yeah, tell me more about this. Come on, you. Keep it moving. Get it. Twitch and YouTube. What up, y'all? Nice. The music back then was really funny. I done broke the fourth wall with the stabilization, peoples. They already know it's coming. Ultra instinct. I'm gonna turn the sounds back on too, please, because we need to get some. We need to wake up in this bad boy. It's all good. Every era has its music, you know? You guys said that was to go, right? All right, you're good to go. Thank you. Have a good one, you too. Appreciate it. I do notice that the camera is a little different. Let me see if I can fix that. Camera settings, got that. Let's spread it out. There we go. All right, there we go. A little bit more spread out. Pick it up or place it in order? I'll be right with you. Edward. Oh, guys, look at the new cutting board. Alright, I'll BRB. Andrea, what up? I dropped some chicken real quick. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Come on, you. More chicken. Cook faster. Just put this glove down. Messing with me. Jason, what's up, dude? There we go. Sorry. I didn't realize how close the camera was. Thank you, Edward. I appreciate that. And you? Oh. All right, you two are good to go. Thank you. There's salsa inside the box also. Appreciate it. I feel it. Got to put the meat in it. Oh yeah. Chicken. We got a lot of prep in here. Are you picking up? It's almost ready. Thank you. Let that one cook for a little bit longer. Oh no. Hello, how you doing? Pretty consistent. Sweating. It's a good sign. Gosh. Let's get down there. Right back, guys. Where are you at? Where are you located? All right, friends, we survived the purge, the chicken purge. Indonesia, how cool is that? Whoa. Hey. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for stopping in to the channel. Well, tell all your friends in Indonesia to tap in. How did you discover the channel? I love talking to people from different countries. It's so cool to get different perspectives, you know what I'm saying? You guys ever watch that Barbecue Showdown show on Netflix? I love that show. It's so cool. I'm gonna start making barbecue like that when I get that smoker. Hey, where did our friend from Indonesia go? You still there? Nice. Do you cook where you're at? What do you do? What do you do for, how old are you? What do you do for your life? Like, what do you do on your day to day? Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Oh, that one already has one on. Oh. Like, what do you, are you old enough to work? If so, what do you do for work? I haven't grow baked anything in like 2 years. No, longer than that. Shoot, like 5 years. Damn. All right, friends, I'll BRB. I have to use the restroom. warehouse work. Oh, it's honest. That's an honest job. It's awesome. Sorry, I'm just trying out these different. Still stabilized, right? Yeah. Cool. Oh, you are so nice. So welcoming. Cool. I had to widen the camera just a little bit. We're good. Need to get that soda water melting. Is it a little laggy? Say the truth. Little. All right, friends. Cool. I feel like it's the best the screen has looked in a cool minute. So I'll take it. Closing time. Open up. I don't remember the beginning's end or something like that. I know I want to take me home. Yeah. Take me home. That was that same era with like wallflowers, one headlight, with a hoodie. Little Soundgarden. It's good stuff. I don't know, sometimes I go through like little phases where I just want to listen to a specific type of music. Like I'll listen to like 90s grunge or 90s alternative. You know, I used to be so annoyed when the same music would come on the radio station. Now I don't listen to radio and I don't hear it anymore. So sometimes I'm like, I gotta listen to this. I call it like dad garage rock. It's funny. I think my son showed me a song. He's like, oh, look at this new song I found. And I think it was like Fuel, Hemorrhage. And I was like, oh, you just found the song? Song's old, dude. Yeah, I was training my father-in-law today in the morning, and I took, I let him go at 5, and then I'll just work by myself. Once I kind of gauge what kind of night I'm into, as long as I have enough product fired, I can handle it by myself. It's when you get those big walk-in orders on top of everything else that's going on that kind of like, puts a little bit of a damper, but it's not too bad. It's manageable, you know what I'm saying? I can handle it. So, ain't too shabby. Tuesdays have been slower lately. It's probably our slowest day. So, yeah, we did about 900 today. But you got to think about it. We're open for 9 to 8. What's that, 11 hours? So, it's good sales, but 11 hours that's a long time. Even if you do $100 an hour, it's like different. Some hours we didn't do anything. Lunchtime we get nickeled and dimed a lot, so it's not a bad thing. Obviously, every sale helps, but when we were like connected to these DoorDash like specials that they had going on, we signed up for it, and they were just destroying us every day for lunch. Have our lunch special, and when everything was said and done, a $13.50 taco plate we were getting like $2 back after everything was said and done. It's like, hold on a second. We just did like $600 in sales. Why am I getting $2 back for every plate? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how it is sometimes, but you start to learn these little 5-minute increment things here and there. Like you start to learn like, oh, if I do these things, here and there, I'll be done sooner. And I used to have to drill that into my dishwashers, Let's think about it. Like we're working at, let's say like a standard Cheesecake Factory. They're doing $35,000, $40,000 dinner shifts on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. You know what I'm saying? Like Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. And there's 6 of them there, and it's like, dude, you guys gotta like orchestrate who's doing what, make sure they're in their roles, like something simple as like towards the last hour of the shift, you don't need 30 garbage cans out there. Like take half of them, swap them out with bus tubs so that the line cooks aren't just throwing food in the garbage can. And also, every garbage can that you get, and you can wash it and put it away for the next day so they're dirty and less stuff. Or break down half the server side so that, there's the bus tubs are closed on this side so that everybody can kind of gravitate towards 2 bus tubs versus like, you got to make it make sense. Like if they're going to close that section off, like why do you have the bus tubs over there still for people to just keep putting stuff inside of it? Or just remove it from the equation. Now you really have to focus on one thing, And it's hard to like explain that to my dishwashers when they would put plates away. I'd be like, dude, you got to stack them 15 high and you got to push them forward towards the line cooks. And they wouldn't do that, throughout the shift. They would just be kind of lazy in a sense. And then when at the end of the night, I have them come out and fix all the plates. It's like, why didn't you just put them up there right the first time? All those little things add up. And then all of a sudden you're like, they're 2 hours past closing time. Like, what the heck's going on here? Yeah, they do. Here, check this out. So, there's a, what is it called? Gosh, it's been a while since I've mingled in the cheesecake world. Oh, there's a restaurant called the Grand Lux Cafe, okay? There's only a couple of them in the United States. They're like the other Cheesecake Factory, just more upscale. Well, they have a restaurant in one of the casinos in Vegas. They never close. And I asked them, I was like, how do you guys work like that, They say, well, the systems are automatic. They'll shift over to a different station. And basically what they're doing is like, at nighttime the cleaners will come in, but they'll just like break down half a station and have the cleaners clean it, and they'll turn it like a fryer station into like a pasta station. It was crazy, the system that they had in place, but it was all done so seamlessly because they were always on top of it, It's crazy. I'm telling you. I know my first. I remember when I was like working in Milwaukee, Maggiano's. I had moved from. I had transferred from Oak Brook in Chicago, and we didn't have a fry cook, man. So I had to like train somebody, and the fry, like the grease receptacle was like on the other side of the mall, and they were so behind the times that they were pouring fryer oil into like big buckets, metal buckets, stainless steel buckets, and we'd have to roll them through like freight elevators down the hall and and underneath the buildings of the mall, down the tunnels and all the way around. I was like, man, this sucks, dude. I need to find like 4 fry cooks so I never do this again. Because it was a pain, man. And imagine, you spill oil in the hallway of the mall. The security guards, they yell at you and stuff. It's crazy. Never try to catch a knife when it's falling. Don't do as I do, please. 55 and a stir. Yeah, what up, man? 9 o'clock, 9 to 8. I've been here all day. I gotta improvise. Yeah. Whew. Not too shabby. Still got it. Yeah. That's right. Make it happen. Make it happen, Captain. Bad, not too bad. What'd he say? Give me a paper towel and a funnel and a paper clip. I made bongs with less. Give me a rubber band, a funnel. Gotta put the egg pan away before the people destroy it. All right, friends, and on that note, I am calling it a night. Thank you all for watching the stream. I appreciate you all stepping in that second half. Tired, I'm sweaty, but we did figure, I gotta cut my hair. We did figure out this stabilization mode, which I think is awesome, and it's definitely gonna help us moving forward. Everyone, have a good night. Thank you so much for tuning in twice. Other people that just tuned in, like, subscribe, follow, share, tell your friends. All that good jazz. I did, right? Well, it's the pan. It's those all-clad pans. That's why. Those all-clad pans are no joke. And it's scrambled on an electric stove. Honestly, I was trying to go live because I got I was trying to go live a little bit sooner because I got a breakfast burrito, or a burrito with over medium eggs in it. And I was like, man, I should go live right now just to show these guys my egg game. But that's a good idea for the next video. I'll make a video where I literally just make eggs. All the eggs from start to finish. All right, friends.